Hello there, skaldmär, snotur, and snarrengar. Welcome to Altsgard podcast. I am thy host, William in the recording closet. And today, we'll be discussing the book by Jackie French, Hitler's Daughter. The story is about a fictional daughter of Hitler who is kept secret from both the war, and the war is kept a secret from her. She was raised normally, as if nothing was wrong, except of course with a nanny. And the setting of the story, there are two stories. There's modern day-ish Australia, Mark and Anna's story, and Heidi's story, which is, I would say, late war Germany. Late war because Germany definitely seems to be losing. Just take a look at Berlin in the story. The main character, I would say, there's two of them. Of course, because there are two stories. In the Heidi story, there's, well, Heidi, and in the Mark and Anna story, there's Mark. Anna, Fräulein Gelber, and Frau Lieb, all with the role of deuteragonist. Due to Anna, the teller of the Heidi story, not knowing anything about the World War II, Adolf Hitler, Hitler's daughter, becomes a background character. Do I believe the story is believable? No. Adolf Hitler did not have any children. The only case ever where that's even been put on the table is one woman who claimed to be the result of Hitler and a prostitute. However, they used genetic testing to disprove that in 2008. In fact, even if you don't trust our ability to find all his children, what you should trust is that he maybe had monarchism. That is to say, he did in fact only have one ball. Both he and his doctor denied it. However, Hitler was less than willing to undress for medical exams, as if he was hiding something. And now, only having one ball, you do have two balls. So if one gets destroyed, the other can continue the purpose. Monarchism only has a slight effect on fertility. Of course, having one ball isn't the world's hottest thing, and of course we can't confirm he had monarchism, but the final nail in the coffin is Heidi going to Australia after the war. Makes no sense. Australia was one of the allies. Most Nazi officers went to Argentina because to go to Australia, one of the allies, even for Heidi, a child, would be a very impractically long journey and a very stupid idea. Do I believe I could live with the knowledge of Hitler? Literally Hitler being my father. Yeah, of course, personally, I would. Personally, I'm so nonchalant, I could live with it because I can't change who my father is, nor could I control it, so there's no point in worrying about it. Now, do I believe I, as this child, would morally inherit his cruelty? That depends on your philosophical stance. I personally find myself more on the side of utilitarianism, judge things based on their suffering. And Heidi was kept away from the war, so she definitely didn't cause any suffering, or near zero. Maybe it wasn't suffering when Hitler saw her at his bunker. But additionally, it wasn't preventable. What was Heidi supposed to do about it? Heidi didn't have any alternative but to be Hitler's daughter. That was already decided. So, there is no preventability. And she caused no suffering, or nearly no suffering. Because she wasn't like doing shit at the concentration camps. Which is why I believe, no. You could argue deontology, but the thing about deontology is it's completely arbitrary. Deontology is basically the moral belief that some things are inherently evil. No external factors matter. It's not about suffering. It's not about any of the sort. It is about just some things being evil. It is the philosophical system wherein you follow the 10 Commandments instead of judging actions by their suffering. But the thing about it is that it's completely arbitrary. So it cannot answer our question here. Do I think anyone could love someone as evil as Adolf Hitler? Well, yes, I do believe that. Because someone literally did. Eva Braun married Adolf Hitler. Not like before the war or anything. During the war, they were married. I think near the end too. So, Eva Braun literally committed, I can't say that word, Sweekun, it's Hitler. So of course I do believe that someone could love Hitler. Because someone literally did. What is this question even meant to be? So I definitely think it's possible to love someone. Anyone can love anyone with enough Stockholm syndrome. That one is not okay. I'm gonna leave it in though. What, if anything, is the point of the novel? I do believe it was originally entertainment, and I don't believe the author planned the story out. Because I believe originally the purpose was entertainment. But then she realized she could slip in a few philosophical problems. And she kind of got carried away. And near the end is more philosophy, I would say. Because we literally get that entire weekend sequence. We do not need a weekend sequence. It does not tell anything of Heidi. In fact, I do believe the dual story serves no purpose other than hand-feeding us the moral problems. I would not recommend, and here comes the next question. I would not recommend this to anyone to read. Unless you're a masochist, I would not recommend it. That is because I believe that the author kind of got carried away. I believe they did entertainment, realized they could squeeze in morality, but instead of just having situations that pose moral problems, she instead decided to write this here story in a story, just so Mark could hand feed us philosophical problems. Because she was afraid that people wouldn't ask them. It's a slog to read through, is what I'm saying. The entire weekend sequence, I do not want to read something like that again. Without the story in the story, I believe that this book would be a pamphlet. But I think authors are way too worried about length. I do believe that. I believe authors are way too worried about length. If your story is pamphlet length, it is pamphlet length. Don't try and stretch it into a book. If your story is this wide, do not make it this wide just to seem advanced and with a bunch of vocabulary. This is William in the recording closet with Asgard Podcast out. Och din är allra häster.